Hi guys, this is Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video using the Spring into Glimmer Collection. That's a brand new collection from Spellbinders, and I thought I'd start off by just introducing all of the fun glimmer goodness. So I'm going to start off with the Glimmer Edge flowers. These are just gorgeous. Oh my goodness. So we've got these pieces here, which are just some dies that will create some flowers on stems, some little blooms, some little blossoms, and some additional leaves. So those are really pretty. Then we've got this one that makes a glimmered up branch or leaf stem and a die to cut it out, which is awesome. And then we've got two different layers of flowers that will glimmer up and that we will glimmer up, that you add glimmer to, and then you can die cut those out and layer those up, and it's so pretty. And one thing I have noticed is the die is actually cut into the foil a little bit so that you get the foil right up to the edge, and that is just incredible, because how hard is it for you to actually try to line up stamps with their dies? And now we have the same kind of thing but with hot foil plates, and it is a little bit difficult. If you saw my last glimmer video, you saw one of the techniques I was trying that was a fail, so I'm not going to try that again. Anyway, that is the Glimmer Edge Flowers Glimmer Hot Foil Plate Set. And then next one we've got is the Sentiment Banners. Now Sentiment Banners is, it looks like it's basically the same as what I've got already. I've got one set. A few months ago was one of the die of the, I think it was a die of the month. Anyway, I got it a few months ago. I will leave a link to that down here, and I used it in a video, so I will also leave a link to that video so you guys can see that. And then we've got a bunch new sentiments. So this is awesome. We've got all the best, congrats, love, thanks, confetti, wishes, birthday, full of, a card, sending, sparkles. I like sparkles. That's awesome. So anyway, that is going to be really fun to play with. Then we also have, and there are others that I did not get, by the way. These are the ones that I have. We also have Be Bold Glimmer Sentiments. So these are some, I really like the typeset on these. These are, you know, real small, the other ones in the Sentiment Banner, and they fit perfectly on the banners, but these are, I like that typeset. I'm going to have to look up and see what font that is just for my knowledge, because I really like it. We have Happy Birthday, Thanks, and Hello, and each of them come with a companion die that die cuts right along the edge, so that is going to be awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing with some of these and make a couple of cards. Okay, so now I have got out my quick trimmer. I am going to go ahead and cut out some foil so that I can foil up some of these little flowers. That will be a perfect fit to be able to do both of them at the same time, which is cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and foil one of these up. I've got a couple of the plates on my, this is my platform from my glimmer machine, and I'm just placing the foil pretty side down. I always have to remember that because I have done it wrong before. So let's try it without a shim this time, and I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I need to heat it up first. Okay, looks like it's all heated up and ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and put my glimmer platform through my Platinum 6. And this time I did not use an additional shim, so we'll see if that works a little bit better, since this is some pretty thick cardstock. And that looks pretty good. So next we're going to go on and start die cutting. So I've got one of the dies, and I'm trying to line it up so that the flower petal part shows through the most, and it seems most centered. It is going to go over some of the foiling, so that is okay. And I'm going to just tape this in place. And this is one of the ones that has the foiling just a little bit messed up, but I figure that's still going to be okay. So this is what all of these little flower pieces look like. And like I mentioned, the dies cut into the foil piece. So we've got a larger piece and then we've got a smaller one, so I'm going to layer them up like that. But I haven't decided if I'm going to stick with the white or if I'm going to change the color. Haven't decided yet. I'm also going ahead and foiling up some of the some of the leaves. So it is ready to go in there. Let me go ahead and run that through. So let me see how this one looks. And you can see the image there. So let's take a look. And it has a little bit of overfoiling, which means I probably don't need my paper shim for this one. Well, some of these didn't foil as well as I'd like, but that's okay. And this one's got a little underfoiling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the little leaf die to surround the centerpiece in the middle of each of the leaves. Like here's the foiling, and then I'm going to just place that there, tape it down, and then run it through my die cutting machine. And to be honest, this has gone really quick. I've got several of these little leaves here. None of them are foiled perfectly, but because of the way that the die cuts and where it cuts off most of the not well foiled part, and it looks gorgeous. And I've tried doing, with a shim, without a shim, and so far I just don't have the correct combination, and that is on me because I need to practice more. But look at how pretty that is. I am getting started foiling up all of my cute little sentiments. I'm going to start off with the big bold glimmer sentiments because they're so cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape these little guys down and die cut them out. And then we will have a bunch of big bold sentiments. And those are perfect. Awesome. Okay, now I need to do some of the other sentiments because there are so many in this set. Oh my god. Okay, the platform won't hold all of those, so that means I need to trim this a little bit. Okay, go ahead and put that down. Put the foil on top, and then my card. And then I'm going to put another shim on top of it so that it will foil upright. I think I'm going to try using the thin shim this time because everything has been underfoiling today. Okay, so let's see how this does. Almost perfect. This one has a little bit of overfoiling, but that is perfectly fine. But look at that. Love it. Now I need another piece of card to do the other ones. And I'm also going to do this piece. Now what this one does is this one is where you can cut the banner out and have those foiled vertical lines on there. So that I think looks really pretty. So since we know that these three are the ones that I need to still add, go ahead and put that there. So I'll go ahead and put that down there. Now I need some more foil. With that piece, again, shiny side faces the die, or the plate, because the matte side is the part that has the adhesive on it. I'll go ahead and plug this back into my Spellbinders glimmer system and let that heat up again. Okay, let's go ahead and run those through. Okay, let's take a look at these sentiments. And these are a little overfoiled, but they still look good. And then we've got this guy, which I probably should have positioned him a little bit different in the panel, but that's okay. So this is what I was talking about that's going to be behind that ribbon. So we've got this one ready to go. And then I can die cut one of these others. I think for the first card I'm going to say sending birthday wishes. So I'll go ahead and start cutting out each of those. So we've got birthday, and we've got that first little banner tail. So that's going to look good. To assemble the sentiment banner, I'm actually attaching each of the sentiment pieces with some foam tape to the edge of that foil background ribbon piece and to the little tails. The pretty banner is all assembled now, so now I'm going to color up one of those flowers. I decided to go with some blue because the panel that I chose to make my first card with is a green, and it's kind of got that little bit of a masculine feel, but I had to use the flowers. I mean, they're just too pretty. So I'm using the TB family of my Spectrum Noir. So I'm using TB1 as the lightest, and then I am flicking on that center portion that gives it a little bit of depth with the TB3, and then I change my mind and move on to TB4 because that gives a little bit of a richer look. To assemble these, I just add some art glitter glue into the center of the larger flower and layer the other flower up on top of it so that each of the petals lies right between the larger petals. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the card together. I'm using art glitter glue to put my pieces in place, starting off with this blue flower. Now you probably noticed that one of the petals is a little bit cut off, and that was just because the way that I foiled it just didn't work out quite right. It wound up sliding a little bit too close to the edge. But that's okay because I am going to tuck that piece of the flower behind my banner. So I'm adding some adhesive to the back of my banner, and then I'm going to put it in place so that the tail, one of the tails, covers that little piece, and you won't notice that the flower is incomplete. Next, I'll finish it off with some of that foiled greenery, and this first card, is all done. For the second card, I'm using some pink markers to color up the flowers. I'm using PP1 as the lightest, and then PP3 and 4 to give it that extra dimension. Just like before, I am gluing together the top and the bottom section of the flower using some art glitter glue. Okay, for this last card, I like this layout. I'm going to try, I haven't done it much, but I'm going to try using some press and seal to hold everything in place so that I can more easily reposition it. So I've got a piece already cut out, and I'm just going to place that down to hopefully hold everything pretty much in place. Then I can lift that up, pull my card panel off, and then add whatever kind of glue or foam tape that I need to on the back of these. Now, that looks pretty good. Okay, so what I had said before is that the flower pieces, they already have some double-sided adhesive on there, so I need to peel that off. That came off pretty easy, that's good. Be nice if I start having good luck with this, and that way I can use it more often because it is an awesome tool. Okay, now what I want to add is again some foam tape behind the word thanks, behind the sentiment, and I do have a little piece here already, so let me go ahead and try to get that one positioned on there where it's not going to be visible. That looks good, and cut another piece off. And then I'm going to put a piece of foam. I think, just realized I need this foam to be on the other side of those flowers, otherwise the flowers are going to be popped up and I don't want them to be popped up. Okay, that is not coming up. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and add my adhesive down onto all the pieces that I know I want to adhere down with adhesive. Put the release paper on the back of that, and then try to get that one pried off because I really want these flowers to be flush on the back of the card, especially since they've already got some of the adhesive, and then have the big flower and my sentiment popped up. Okay. So I'm going to flip it back over. Try to line everything up perfect, especially the sentiment. Okay. So that looks good. So let me press it down real good and hopefully get it to adhere well, and then I can start trying to pop the rest off. So all it needs to pop off here is just my main flower. Okay, so that's nice. Now I'll be able to pop that down where I want it, and then my sentiment. Okay, that is going to work perfect. Okay, now I can go ahead and add my sentiment down over those little blossoms. That looks pretty straight. Okay, and this one is going to have a piece of the Scotch foam tape. And this definitely helped me get all of the little bits in place. So yay! Okay. For my third card, I neglected to record, so this is what that one looks like. It turned out really pretty. Okay, so let's take a look at the 3 cards. So this one is using all those pretty glimmer florals and the banner dies, using sending birthday wishes. This one uses, again, all 3 of them use the florals. Okay, I like the florals, they're pretty. Anyway, this one also uses one of these. What was it called? This is one of the big, bold glimmer sentiments saying thanks. This one uses the same in happy birthday. So you basically, I used 2 or 3 of them, actually 2 of the sets for each of these cards. When it comes to sentiments, you can basically add them to anything and they just add that little bit of extra. And these are just so pretty. I love the way my cards turned out. And I hope you do too. I've put together a PDF download for you guys, including card sketches for these 3 cards over on my blog. So head on over to my blog and grab your free download. If you want to see some more videos where I'm making some amazing cards using some amazing, absolutely amazing Spellbinders products, be sure to check out this playlist here. You guys have a wonderful day, and remember, if I can make it, you can too. Have a great day.